All right, guys. Jose, Christian, every time you pull your phone out, I'm going to call on you for help. Jose, can you tell me what the next step is? Riley, can you tell me what goes inside those parentheses? All right, Washington. Help me out right here, buddy. It's already minus. And we're back. So I'm sorry, Dimitri. Can you tell me again what we're supposed to do right here? Yes, equals 6. Saul, can you tell me what we're going to do right here? I want to get the m by itself. How do I move that 10? Exactly. Minus 10. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to show you right here why we can't always. I'm going to have to work on that. But no, baby, you don't use X's on the first ones. You're going to, do you see the board over there with the differences squared? The question on yours, the second one is like the second question on your test. Okay, the reason I would go on the top. Okay, what multiplies to 5? Is there anything else that multiplies to 5? That's why it's called prime. These are my only options. What's the biggest number I can add this to? What's the smallest number I can add it to? Of those, this. So I don't have, this is not going to work. So the quadratic formula is incredible in some ways, but if you don't have this as a foundational skill, I cannot say that you finished Algebra 2. Everyone expects you to be able to use this in any math class. Anyone planning to go to university or college? No one's. No, you don't. But if you go to TSTC, this will be on the entrance test. Graduate. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to make sure that we know what this is. Do you guys remember what standard form is? That would be for a line, yeah. I'm going to give you multiple choice for this. Which one of these is standard form? Standard form. This one. Write it down right here. Standard form is always ax squared c. Now, we're going to be able to use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula will, if we could have factored it, it'll work. So in this equation, Christian, can you tell me, C is the number all by itself with no letters. Which one of these is C? The 5, yes. Come in, but it's going to be a few minutes. I'm literally teaching. I can't stop. Hold on. Okay. Salazar, can you tell me what B? How the B's with the X that doesn't have the power?
8.
Almost. 8's the right number. What's the sign?
-8.
Good. me what the leading coefficient is. What is the number in front of the x squared or the z squared?
The number 1.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So what you're going to do, and then you're going to copy. Okay, I'm going to take this equation and I'm going to write it down, but instead of the letters, I'm going to put parentheses. And we're going to need room, so don't write too big. I'm going to have a big fraction bar, the opposite of b, plus or minus the third, minus 4ac, all over 2a. I'll give you a second to write that down. Okay. So I'm going to put the 4. And hopefully I don't have to keep pausing. Okay. Jose. Wait. Good. So we're going to plug in -8 right there. What number is going to go right here? Mm-hmm. Andrew Cleese, what number is going to go right here? Yep. Washington, what's going to go right here? Yep. Right there. Yes, sir. Hey, now plugging it in, was that hard for y'all? Figuring out what number goes where? Now the next step's the part. Okay, so let's go. What's a negative times a negative? So that's going to be a +8. Plus or minus. The square root is still going to be there. You guys, what's -8 squared? It is. It's +64. Because what's a negative times? You guys, what's 4 times 1? What's 4 times 5? So it's going to be take away 20. What should the denominator be? Good. Can you do 64 take away 20, please? Uh-huh. Ashton, can you break down 44 for us? Hold on just 1 second. Guys, just a quick reminder, if I had the square root of 6 and 3, I could do 2 and 3, circle and kill the 3's. The 3 comes outside, the 2 stuck inside. Reduce this. So, Sebastian, when you're ready, take that 44. Let's break it down. Yeah, it is. Okay. Do I have 2 of the same number? So we got to keep going. We'll break into. Good. Okay. Over to Andrew, please. Andrew, please. Which one do we? 2's. Riley, what comes out? The 2 or the 11? Okay. Yeah, like which one's going to be on the outside versus the inside? Outside's going to be 2, yeah. 2. The 11 stuck in the house, and it's still over 2. Now this step is the step I think you guys need me to show you. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, looks like everybody's got that written down. So here's the deal. Here's where I think We have two things on top of a fraction separated by a plus and minus. Yeah? You're just going to plus or minus 2 square root 11 over the 2. And now we can reduce them separately. So they both have to be over the 2. Does that make sense? What is 8 divided by 2? So we're just going to have 4 plus or minus. What happens with those 2's? What can we do? Yep. We're just going to cross them out. This is your answer. Now, do you see why I like the X method better? It is long. Okay. Go ahead and open it. And I'm sorry guys, do you see my mistake? Yeah, can you just flip it over? I think you can figure that out, can't you? For the world, I know. All right, let's start with the easy. I'm going to write the formula right here. You don't have to. I'm just writing to make it so that you can easily. Okay. So, Christian and C. Okay? Christian, when you're ready, you tell me what A, B, or C is. Any one of those. You don't have to do all of them. C is 19. Perfect. Washington, give me either A or B. I don't care which one. Sowell, give me the other one. What's A equal? So, almost. What's the sign? Thank you very much. Sal, please put your phone down. So now, what's our next step? Anybody tell me what I should do. What should I write down? I'm going to write down, I'm going to instead. So many freaking parentheses, right? Little Curry, when you're ready, I want you to tell me the first two boxes. Yes, sir. Riley, when you're ready, I want you to tell me 1 and 19. Eric, when you're ready, I want you to tell me this one. Saul, what? Let's make this a little bit simpler, right? It's too much going on. Can you help me simplify this? What would yeah, so it's just going to be 12. See how we got rid of one parentheses already? I'm feeling better about that. When you're ready, negative 12 squared. 144, is it going to be positive or negative? It is positive because it's going to be negative 12 times negative 12, and a negative times a negative is a... Who has a calculator near them? Good. One of y'all tell me. It is 76. Question. 2 times 1. Do it. Okay. Now this looks way less scary than that one, right? No, that's so scary to you? Oh, see, I thought this one was a little complicated because it has so many negatives and parentheses and stuff. 46. Grab a calculator if you need to. It's 68. Now that we've got it, so it's just one number inside the square root, what do? How do we get rid of the square root or simplify or reduce the square root? How do we make that smaller? We're going to factor. So I'm going to down. Now, I don't know what goes into 68. Well, that's not true. I do. But 68's not in our table. It's not in our multiplication table. So you just have to start doing some math. Guys, if I know it's right. What's 68 divided by 2? Just divide both of those numbers by 2. What's 6 divided by 2? 3, and then that would be 4. Okay, an even number again? That means I can take a 2 out again. Now I know because I've done math for so long that it's 17, but if you don't 4 divided by 2, and it will tell you the 17. 17 is prime. You guys understand what prime means? We're going to have our two 2's, circle and kill. What comes out, the 2 or the 17? The 2. 12 plus or minus 2 square root of 17 over 2. Now, out of the 12 and the 2, out of both groups? Yeah. So if I can do it out of both, we're going to separate the What's 12 divided by 2? Yeah. What's 2 divided by 2? Yeah, so we don't need it. Now this is the answer, but on your assignment, now to start it today, we're going to only do 2 of the questions today and we'll finish the rest next week. Does that make sense? Because this is, I feel like this is already pushing your brain. Yeah. But we're going to get these notes done today. We're going to get the first 2 questions on your assignment. Does that make sense? There's only 6 questions on the assignment. The answer boxes for them on your assignment. Okay, but you can do that, right? No, you can't. All right. Appreciate the effort. All right. A, B, C. Let's see what we got. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, guys. So we've got our A, B, and C. I want to, let's. Okay, I want you guys to try to get it plugged in. I'm going to give you a minute to plug it in without me. I'm going to call on anybody I want to. If you have a phone in your hand, I'm going to call on you for sure. Okay, looks like you guys are ready to rock and roll. So let's see. Christian, do you know? Good. Jamal, do you know what goes in the second box? Yes, sir. The A. Sir? Washington, do you know what goes here? The C. What does C equal? Good job. South. Every time you pick up your phone, I'm going to call on you. Good job. Okay, guys. What is it going to be? Positive or negative 7? Good. Now, please notice, I'm going to be but we're going to be using this side for something in a minute. Okay, so pay attention to how I'm doing this. Eric, 7 squared. Riley, can you tell me what 4 times 2 is? What's 8 times 4? Okay, so this is going to be plus 32. Anybody who has a calculator or wants to just add that up, tell me what those add up to. It is 81.
Are you guys show us the cheat codes?
I am. Some of the problems, like there's some that you can't use the cheat on. Well, I already showed you the cheat. These problems, and if you don't want to do this method and you can use like 15 of them, I think that's nice, right? Okay, what's the square root of 81, you guys? 9. Negative 7 plus or minus 9 over negative 4. Now here's where people get lost. Most of y'all can do here, but you let this go into 2 equations. Negative 7 plus 9 and negative 7 minus 9. Nine take away 7. So I'd have 2 over negative 4. Are you guys okay that that simplifies to negative? Okay, we would like to discuss why you're wrong. Continue. I know, baby. Negative 7 minus 9. You're going to add them. It's okay that a negative divided by a negative. Little Curry, lock in. Negative divided by a negative is a what? Positive 4. Do you guys remember how to use the X method to do this so you don't have to do all this? What number goes in the top? 7 goes in the top. What number goes in the bottom? That's not my fault. What number? 4 and negative 2. That makes negative 8. Guys, what's going to multiply? Which one needs to be negative? The 8 or the 1? The 1. Curry or Cervantes, I don't care which one. Which one of you close the windows? It's a 90% chance of rain today. Our water reservoir is only at 57.8%. We needed to get at least to 75% so we don't have water.
It rains today. Man, you just lost me right there. All I heard was
there we go. Okay, so we've got here. Now remember we multiplied by that 2. So that 2. You guys, what's 8 divided by negative 2? So I'll put it away or I'm going to call on you for every question when you have it in your hand. 8 divided by negative 4. What's a negative divided by a negative? Now realistically we're supposed to put that 2 in front. But do you guys see from? You literally don't see? X minus 4 equals 0. Plus 4. Plus 4. See how that was the whole question? Easier. Me too. So there's going to be 2 questions at the beginning that is an X method. On your assignment, there's 6 questions. There's 2 questions today. Then you're going to have 2 questions that you can't use the X method on because it doesn't factor nice because the answer is going to have a square root in it. Okay, and then you're going to have 2 questions that are like this, where you can use the X method, but if the X method is too hard for you to figure out the factors, so the last 2 you got to choose which way you want to do. So this is like 2x plus 1 equals 0, minus the 1. Okay, so it doesn't matter which method you use, as long as you're getting a consistent answer. When you're ready, we're going to knock out the last one. When we get that last one done, we're going to have a 5-minute break, and then you're on your assignment. Everybody understand? Okay. You guys should be able to do this yourself. Let's set up. You didn't finish what, baby? Okay, let's go. So, who thinks they can tell me the whole top line? Go. At the denominator. Good. You're in charge of telling me what this simplifies to. So one of you do the squared, one of you do this one. Okay, Jamal, you're going to tell me the denominator is going to be positive or negative. Baby, you're not done. Where did you get 1.5 from? No, baby.
I can't do it.
No. You can't equal to 0 and solve. You actually have to finish solving this one. Minus, okay. Cervantes and Curry, I don't care which one. What's the first number? What's 22 squared? We're multiplying 22 times 22. Jamal got you. Curry or Cervantes, I don't care which one of you. Tell me what the 4 times 5 times the 15 is going to make. FYI, so we're going to be adding them. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 15 is 300. Okay, 2 times negative 5, what is that? Negative 10, good. Are you guys okay? It's just going to be 784. Do you see how the 3 is going to add to the 4? The square root of this is 28. Then as 49 and 16. That breaks down as 7 and 7. That breaks down as 4 and 4. I don't have any. You want to pause? We're talking about this right now. We can talk about that after the video's done. Okay. Does everybody understand where we got the 7 and the 4 from? Okay. Saul, what's 7 times 4? Good. Does anyone remember what we do now? We've gotten rid of the square root plus minus. Make two equations. This is the worst arrow I've ever drawn. We do plus 28 and negative 22 minus 28. Take away 22. 6 over negative 10. These add to negative 50. What's a negative divided by a negative? 50 into 10 groups, how many in each group? So those are our answers. You got to still do it the X method. On your notes, I want to see both ways so that you know you can use, you have choices. Okay, so now we're going to do this the X method. I'm going to give you a minute to get that started and let you finish copying. All right, guys, let's get it set up. Well, it goes in the top of the X. Y'all, what goes in the top of the X? The 22. What goes in the bottom of the X? Negative 5 times 15. Are you guys okay that this would just be 5 and 3 if I break down the 15? You guys okay with that? We need to multiply 5 and 15. Do we need to know what the number actually makes?
No.
Not really, right? Makes 75, but... Okay, so here's where we're at. Is there any way for 5 and 15 to add or subtract to 20? I already tried it with a 5 with a 3, right? What if we do the two 5s together? What would 5 and 5 make? Well, 25. Which one needs to be negative? The 3 needs to be negative so that it adds to a positive 22. That. Set up what? What are those called? Thank you. Set up your parentheses. What's he going to be, you guys? My letter is a M. M what? Good. What's my second equation going to be? Now, what do we need to remember to divide by? What did we multiply by? Yeah, almost. Just don't forget that negative. Okay, so we're going to be dividing by negative 5. What's a negative divided by a negative? Good. And don't forget that 5 goes in front. This is going to simplify to minus 5. M minus 5. And we say each part equal to 0. See how we got the same thing? We got 5 and negative 3 over 5. That's the same thing. This video